Dear Earthlings, I want you to remember how important it is that we are a part of this earthling realm. When our physical body naturally decays, we become minerals and nutrients. The soil of this earth is made from the death of earthlings' bodies, physical form. And we're a part of an evolutionary cycle. It's almost like an eco-cycle. It's a true eco-cycle. And it includes our soul and our spirit. Our soul, the power of reincarnation. Our body, the incarnation. But it is carnate and it does decay. Okay, so I want you to realize the importance of why being an earthling matters so much to this realm, especially all the animals, especially us as humans, because the great battle is about humanity or humankind. Okay, I'm going to tell a wonderful story today. It's my interpretation, and it is about the Great Race and, of course, the Year of the Snake and how the Year of Snake came to be so. Now, before I begin, there is a saying. It's like a proverb. I would call it one. It says, the trees kept voting for the axe because his handle was made from wood, just like them. Now, I'm just going to go right into it and say Elon Musk is an axe. He is a cyborg. So is Putin. I only know that from a dream, but we're all watching Elon in real time. And is Trump? Perhaps, because everyone keeps voting for the axe. Because it was made from wood, just like them. Wood, you know. Wood. Now, there was this great dream that Nebuchadnezzar dreamed. And I'm noticing that Elon and Trump are calling this the Golden Age. And that is because the cyborgs are the feet of the last imperial age of man. They think they have it all. They've got the golden head, the silver chest, the legs of bronze, the ankles of iron. And the cyborgs are the feet, the mix of iron and clay. And this is their revolution. So drones, robots, AI, Neuralink, Starlink, SpaceX, the X platform, formerly Twitter, with the axe communicating via text to all the wood. Yeah. And little mini-me X, his clone. And what about Trump's young giant? Was Baron, the time traveler, a sort of a mix between part angel blood / giant and human? Because obviously this CRISPR and RNA stuff isn't new. They've been tweaking it and playing with it for a long time before they popped it out into the population. Now, Baron's body language was really odd with the whole election thing that was occurring. And I'm asking myself these questions. Is it because Elon told him that Trump is nothing and that Elon himself rules the world? And that's why Elon stood beside Baron? And Baron did not really smile? And he went and whispered to Biden, maybe whispered, that Elon has taken over, or that the cyborgs have taken over. And that's when Biden's mouth opened and his jaw dropped. And then Barron went to his mum and told her, and she said, good boy. Now, who's to say that these young university students, the dodgy university students of Doge, aren't Neuralinked? No one seems to be out there interviewing proud mums and dads. Isn't that odd? Moving aside from those that I have just shared is the story of the Great Race. It was springtime when the Jade Emperor's race was on. Snake's eyes had become cloudy and milky. It was difficult to see. Snake was lethargic and had lost all interest in food when Rat raced past. Snake had been seeking clean, fresh water for bathing and now could not see the way back home. She felt nervous and cranky as slow, gentle ox came ploughing to the river's edge. Snake had been growing, but not the outer skin, though a new layer had formed and developed underneath with a fluid of vitamin A between them, except her nose, which was very, very itchy. Snake found a rough rock to rub her nose against and scratch that itch. It felt so good. And as she rubbed, she split the outer skin and she slid her face over the rock to peel it back. The scales fell from her eyes and she was so thankful to see. Then the sound of thundering hooves vibrated the ground. Horse was galloping as fast as the wind, not noticing Snake at all. Horse charged towards the water's edge, directly towards Snake. Horse was about to step on her. Intuitively, Snake saved herself by twisting around the horse's rear hock and up. Rear hock. Horse didn't feel a thing leaping into the water as Snake clung on for dear life. Horse's bristly hair was helping tear the old outer skin, and Snake coiled slowly up Horse's hind leg as Horse swam the river. Snake's shedding began. It takes a few days for the process of shedding to complete, and as Horse dashed onwards to finish the great race, Snake slowly coiled upwards and out of that old skin. Snake looked very vibrant now as Rabbit zoomed to the Jade Emperor. As Dragon swooped down towards Jade Emperor, Horse faltered and reared. Snake took the opportunity to slide off Horse's leg and slithered quickly towards Jade Emperor to ask the way home. Snake only likes its own environment. Snakes like to stay put. They do not survive well in new habitats. Horse saw Snake and whinnied, afraid to move forward. Horse shuffled on his feet. Dragon sat and rested beside Jade Emperor as Snake undulated forward in a wave-like motion to Emperor's feet. "It would kill me to remain here," Snake called to Jade Emperor. "I wish to be back home." "Sixth place," said Jade Emperor to Snake. What does 6 mean?" asked Snake. "Always be aware of what's coming behind you. That's the most vulnerable point," said Jade Emperor. "I'm making a calendar to mark off the years, and you are included." "But I'm here by accident," said Snake. "I need to go home." "Nevertheless," said Jade Emperor, "you have been counted, and you are to remain until all 12 have arrived." Snake is intelligent and wise, and quickly grasped the complex situation. Snake is drawn to learning and acquiring knowledge, seeking to understand the world around her. She gracefully rested, proud of her creative solution from adapting to changing circumstances. She looked upon Horse with compassion as Horse nervously approached, a bit skittish about Snake. Snake felt genuine concern for poor Horse, so lay down her head to rest at the Emperor's feet. The Emperor was otherwise engaged right now, and she would patiently wait. Rat started whispering, "That sneaky Snake. Horse should have been sixth." "Is that what you think?" said Ox. "Yes, it is," said Rat. "It's cheating." "How so?" asked Ox. "That cunning Snake only got here because it was wrapped around Horse's hind leg." "And how did you get here, Rat?" asked Ox, who had carried Rat over the river on his back. "It was a practicality," said Rat, "and at least I asked." "Yes," said Ox, "and when I brought you safely to the other side, you leapt off and ran ahead to be counted first." Rat did not look ashamed at all. He had gained an unfair advantage, and he used it for personal gain. He was very clever, he thought. A side-eyed Snake laying at the Emperor's feet, her vibrant new skin with the sunlight making it glisten. It was Rat who felt envy. Rat didn't like Horse either, and really hated Goat when the three companions of Monkey, Goat and Rooster walked up to the Emperor in the spirit of teamwork and camaraderie. He whispers, "Why is Goat counted eighth when it was Rooster who found the raft?" Tiger didn't like Goat either. Not that Rat liked Rooster at all. Rooster stressed Rat out, proudly strutting around, puffing out his chest. "How can he be so proud when he's 10th?" said Rat, very miffed. Snake quietly listened to it all and was very cautious not to reveal her feelings, keeping them confined to herself. 2 more to come, and the race would be over, and she could finally go back home. That's the end of the story. And of course, Dog and Pig become the 2 last animals in the 12 of the Jade Emperor's great race. So, Snake got there by accident. It wasn't determining itself to try and be in the great race. It was minding its own business, shedding its skin. It couldn't even see it was blind. And look, that is so true. How many times have we been blinded by we're just so blind we can't see what's going on around us. It does happen. So be aware of that in the year of a snake. The scales will fall from our eyes and we will start to see people as they truly are. And I want to tell a quick story about that. Just a short one. I was at the service station. I was grabbing some petrol. I saw a person who I do know, and I hadn't seen them for a while. And as I was coming back out of the supermarket, they were pumping gas, and I distinctly saw them as a boar demon. I saw the position and everything. I was like, whoa, never seen that before in my life. And when I got home, I looked it up, boar demon. And boar demon, that's what happens when a person uses black magic, because they're greedy and they want instant money or success or something like that. So they do this black magic thing, and boar demon can take over their outer form. Because I saw that outwardly, that he was boar demon. And added notes. I became personally involved in the Shiva Ratri right here in my own house during the night. And then a couple of days after that amazing experience, I've been going through this sort of like this shifting between the two realities of the spiritual realm and the physical realm. So I thought the Shiva Ratri was probably that. Anyway, then I went to the ocean to do the MAHA KUMBHA, and I was going to do it in the ocean, which I did. And I immersed myself in under the waves and stuff, and then this almighty sound, it was like, boom, boom, boom. And it was inside me, and it was very deep. It felt like it was through the water, and I couldn't figure out what it was and where it was coming from. It was just everywhere. But I was shifting, and I was in the ocean waves, and I was like, oh, I've got to get out of the water. So I went in and I did my deep dive, a couple of dives, and I was going to catch a wave. But I was like, I just better just be careful and just step out. And went up and I sat up on the sand at the beach. Luckily it's summer here in my land. And the seagull came down and just sat beside me, and it was like looking at me like this, wondering if I was okay. And then finally the sound did go away, and I was like, great. And then once I started talking to people, it just was normal. I came back home and I put the jug on. This is a couple of hours later. I had a shower and things, and I put the jug on, and the sound of the jug was like warm, 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 and it was doing that same sound again. I was like, oh my goodness. So I was like, well, I'm just like gonna just calm it down for now. So because I had the intentions of going to a lake and laying out there, maybe floating in the water and watching the stars, and I changed my mind completely. I was like, no, too much immersion for me. And yeah, and so now it's a couple of days later, and I'm feeling very creative and writing, and I've just shared a story with you that I wrote, and I've got more. I've got a big story that I'm writing. I'm so excited about it. Now, I have a bee just right at the window. It's very cute. It seems to be in its wing. Oh, I'll tell you a story about bee. It's probably reminding me, little messenger there. So a couple of days before the MAHA KUMBHA, I was feeling a bit nervous about doing it, like going to the ocean, making it a ceremony, feeling everything that you intentionally set, like the shedding of the old identity, the old skin, and the washing away of all the sins. And I was like, oh, I'm a little bit shy. And anyway, so it was a great day, and the animals were coming around, and so when the dog came, I was like, oh, are you saying you want a drink of water? And it was. And I went and got the dog some water, and I thought, oh gee, I'm really tuning in with the animals. And the bird, there's this little bird that's made friends with me, a little blackbird, thrush, and it ruffled its feathers, and I was like, oh, do you want me to put water in your water bath? So I did. And as I was walking over to the water bath to do this with the hose, I stood on a bee. And I'm usually very allergic to bees, but I've been having to take antihistamines, so luckily. But anyway, I stood on a bee. I was like, oh my God, I felt the burn, I felt the sting. And I wiped my foot. And at the same time, I saw the bee, and the bee was able to get away. It didn't actually rip its stinger out. And I sat down and I was like watching and watching and watching. I was waiting for the little point to show up. I was waiting for something, and it was my middle toe, third toe on my left foot. And anyway, boy, did I get the burn. I got the burn, pardon me, and I filled the water bath for the birds, and I came and I looked up straight away, what does the third toe of the left foot mean? And it means just do it. So it was an answer, care of the universe given directly to me, a little sting to tell me, do it, just do it. I was like, oh my gosh, I better do it because I don't like to be stung. So I did do it. And yeah, and that's the way it works with me. Sometimes I need a little bit more of it's not a gentle thing, something like that, to actually force me to do something. Because otherwise, it's easy to stay at home, to stay comfortable, to stay doing the same as you always do, and just, not putting yourself out there and infusing yourself with these cosmic forces. Remain small, or keep your light dim, all the things that they say. But it was not meant to be so. It was meant to be more, and more it was. So that is my update. The new moon has just risen, and it is gorgeous, and we are coming into an eclipse very soon. I think it's lunar first, so it'll be the full moon, which, oh my goodness, I've got to look it up. I'll get back to you on all that. I've been so busy writing about other things. But by the end of March, when it is in the Aries final eclipse, will be the door closing, and that's our new identity, that the whole cosmos has, put down the frequency, gets sort of like set in motion. So if you're a boar demon and you didn't go and get all your sins washed off, then you might be trapped as a boar demon, and who knows for how long. So luckily, the scales have fallen from our eyes for those of us who are on this journey, cosmic journey, I'd like to actually say now, divine journey. Because we need to be able to see. There's it's not going to just be like the Kali Yuga has ended, woo. We've got the cyborgs, and it's not the destruction of the earth is still the name of the game at the moment. We are in Satan's little season. It's been going on for quite some time, and cyborgs. So I want you to remember that that's what's happening, and iron and clay don't mix. So there's going to be some sort of trouble that's going to come out of this, and hopefully we are creating a field upon this earth with an essence of what true humanity is all about. And it certainly isn't about killing people and developing the land into some sort of a whatever it is that gives you money. Okay, so that's the end of the story for today, and the end of my stories for this time. And I'll check back in later. As always, ka kite, stay strong. I love you all. Bye.